My name is Shivy Williams. I am your health, wellness, and fitness accountability coach, and I help you reach your goals by holding you accountable for reaching them. And so today's lunchtime motivational message is for those of you who have reached your weight loss goal, or you've reached your fitness goal, or you've reached your goal. And this does not apply to everyone, because I know everyone is not like this, but there are people who are like this. And so just don't forget where you've come from, right? So when you first start your fitness journey, I don't care where you started at in high school and wherever, college, whenever as an adult you started your fitness journey or your weight loss journey, remember, you did not know everything. That's number one. One, you didn't know everything. Two, you needed help, right? Three, you did not want anyone to discourage you or to talk down to you while you were on your journey, right? So that's number three. And number four, when you've reached your weight loss goal, remember to look back and you see those people that are struggling, reach down and help them out. Stop being negative to people while they're on their journey. You know, it's kind of like how soon we forget how when we started, we had no support, or we had very little support, or we had support, or we had people who were negative talking to us, or we just had no clue. We didn't know. So what we thought we were doing was right when it probably wasn't right. So when you have reached your weight loss goal and you see other people struggling, or you see they're probably not doing something right, let's say they have bad form, encourage them. Give them the right tips so that they can be successful, so that they don't hurt themselves, right? Just because you've reached your goal does not mean that now it's time for you to be negative to someone. And I know sometimes you may think you're not being negative in what you're saying to someone, but honestly, think about what you're saying, and would you want someone to say it to you the way you've said it to someone else? I'm not talking about what you know now, because what you know now is different than what you knew when you first began, right? So when you first began, you did not know, and what you may say to someone now that you know a lot more may not be necessarily what you wanted to hear at the beginning, because it could have come across negative. So you guys, just encourage people when they're on their journey. They're not gonna get it perfect. It's not gonna be perfect all the time for them. It's probably not even perfect for you, even when you do reach your weight loss goal. So just keep in mind that everyone needs encouragement, right? Everybody needs some encouragement. Hey, Aretha. Hey, Jean. You know, I have never been negative to someone, not that I can think of, while I'm on my journey. Well, even though I've reached my weight loss goal, or I've reached my maintenance, I never have been negative. I've always tried to give people really good advice, or just encourage them to keep going and to keep moving and to keep doing what they were doing on their journey, right? You want to encourage people. You want to tell them, hey, you're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. You know, stay motivated. Right. So Aretha says she's so imperfect. Like, I'm imperfect also. I don't have good days. I have bad days. I'm sure if people follow me around, they could pick out all the negative stuff they wanted to. But let me tell you, people don't need negative. They need encouragement and motivation. If you can't give that, then don't say anything at all, right? And just think about what you say, right? Sometimes you might have to go back and apologize, but you may need to go back and correct what you said, right? Because sometimes what we say comes across in not such a good way, and sometimes we don't realize it. And if you read, especially if you're posting on social media, read other people's comments, right? Sometimes what I do is I read other comments before I post, and sometimes I'm thinking, oh, that was like not very nice of what they said. But then you can come back and say something positive, or you can say something else. And so just remember that everybody at some point had a beginning, including yourself. You had a beginning. It was not perfect. You were not perfect. Even if you had a trainer, you were still not perfect. I'm sure your trainer was telling you certain things that you needed to do right or do correctly, right? And so remember what that feels like Try to remember what it feels like when you first started and how almost everything probably sounded negative to you, or you were struggling, or like, right. Or some of us have started over and over and over, and many, many beginnings, as Aretha said. We have started over and over and over and over again, which is also okay. So don't knock people because they're not where you are. They haven't learned the what gets them to where they need to be. And you know something else I just thought about? Just because something works for you does not mean it's going to work for them, right? So maybe what works for them is not going to work for you, right? But it works for them, and just because they don't do it your way does not mean for you to be negative and give negative comments. I have seen so many people grow, and then I've seen people gain weight, and then I see people lose weight, you know, and people can be negative. When people see people have lost weight, and then they see them gain weight, they can be so negative, and I've seen it with different people, and that is just the wrong thing, because you don't know what happened in their life to cause them to gain weight. Maybe someone passed away, and they just, you know, it was a rough time for them. Maybe they had some kind of emotional issues, or maybe they fell into depression, or you never know what has caused someone to gain weight. So don't feel like because someone's lost 50 pounds, they've gained 30 of those back. You don't know what they've been through to make negative comments to them. What if somebody went through a divorce and it just really took them over the edge, right? And they just fell into a straight depression. You don't know. What if somebody's child passed away? You don't know. And maybe that has caused them to not to eat and to have to gain weight, and they've fallen into depression. You just don't know. What if they lost a parent, right? And so this has taken them to a whole nother level, and they, you know, have gained all this weight. Now you see them, oh, well, what happened to them? And they lost all that weight. And now look at them and blah, 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 blah. Well, you just don't know. So don't be so negative when you have not walked in their shoes or on their path. You don't know. And I know, like, a perfect example is Aretha. Aretha had back surgery. She had surgery. And so you don't know. You may see her and she may have gained weight, but do you know back surgery can be extremely just stressful because you can't really move. You can't move like you want to. You can't hardly move at all. And so here comes weight because I'm probably not eating as I should, but the weight starts to come on. Even if you're eating as you should, guess what? You're not moving as much. So the weight gain comes. But you don't know. You don't know what they've been through to get them there. Exactly, Jean. So if you can't say something nice, just don't say it at all, right? You want to think it in your head. Don't go saying things. Oh, knee surgery, right. So don't go saying things you don't know anything about. Oh yeah, my sister has vertigo too, yeah. So you just don't know. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know what caused them to gain weight. You don't know anything about anyone else's life. And everybody's journey is different, like Jean said. So stop knocking people while they're on their journey. Just encourage and motivate them, especially when you see them trying and they're, working out, they're walking. Just give them some words of encouragement. Hey, keep going. I see you. You're doing a good job. I tell people that all the time. You know, it's very already difficult as it is to be faithful on the journey and to stick and stay committed without people being negative, because a lot of time your negative words can cause people to stop doing what they're doing. All right, y'all, that is my lunchtime motivation. So y'all, make sure y'all stay not just positive for yourself, but stay positive for other people and encourage them. If you don't have nothing nice to say, then don't say it at all. All right, y'all, I'm out. I got to go back to work. I still got some more time left. So everyone, be encouraged, stay motivated. See y'all tomorrow for lunchtime motivational message. Bye, everybody. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Keep pushing on, things are gonna get better.